I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another night of iRacing action here on the National Racing Network. Tonight we are getting ready for the Indy Pro 2000 Championship coming to you live from Phoenix Raceway. And this one has the potential to be a whole pile of fun. My name is Chris Graham, joined in the booth by Mr. James Watson. As always, James will be the in-race reporter this evening, so we will come to him in just a minute here once the qualification laps and all that kind of stuff are done and dusted. Tonight's race for the Indy Pro 2000 Championship will be 60 laps in distance, and we are expecting an absolute barn burner at this point. A very tight points battle coming up here late in the season. Everett Paddock entering this race with a 60-point lead over David Porcelli. Chris Preston with an outside shot at the championship, but he's going to need a ton of help, sitting 103 points back. Graham Sanders, we might have expected to see a little bit more out of this season, but he's only got 6 weeks counted. 1,230 points. He still has an outside shot at the championship, but he is going to need a ton of help to get that, I guess, second consecutive championship wrapped up. Cars getting out on to the racetrack, and we'll take a look here and see. Let's see who we can pick up as the field makes their way around. First guy we'll get up on the board here is Nagisa Yoshikawa. Oh, big hit into the outside retaining wall. And let's take a look here, get the timing and scoring monitors up here so I can see what the heck's going on as well. Picking up the number 14 of Frankie D as he makes his way around the racetrack. Best lap time going to be Andrew Berry to 25:2:37. Frank wins second quick. Everett Paddock third. James Watson, well, you look like you've completed your run here, brother. 25:5:21 going to be at best 14th, rolling off the grid here tonight. What are your thoughts here as we get ready to run? A lot of familiar names we're following along with. We had there the 12 of Kevin Smalley. This now the 1 of Adam Crane. Man, we got some new faces, some old faces, and quite frankly, some absolutely ridiculous I-rating guys in this field as well.
Yeah, seeing Adam Crane of all people, eye-opening. Like, I was not expecting to see someone of his caliber join. Yeah, we're in for some chaos. Track conditions are absolutely perfect. This one This one's gonna be nuts. I am very scared.
Yeah, that's kind of putting it mildly here. Having a bit of an issue with our timing and scoring graphics here this evening, so unfortunately, looks like we won't be able to have them up on screen for you, but right now, Kylo Ciacelli, the last driver to complete his qualification run, and he will be ninth quick at a 25.398 second lap. Ted Burns will be your pole sitter, 25.233 seconds, the lap time of record for Teddy B. And we are already about time for us to go racing. Ted Burns is going to occupy the front row for tonight's race, alongside Mr. Andrew Berry. And let's do this. We are going to step away here for just a quick second while everybody gets up onto the grid. I'm going to try to get the whole graphics thing sorted out here because we want you to be able to see what the heck's going on. So we will be right back here in just a second. You are watching the Indy Pro 2000 Championship right here on the National Racing Network. All right, everybody, cars starting to get gridded up here. Unfortunately, yeah, it looks like we will not be able to get the timing and scoring info up here, but let's get you the starting grid for tonight's race. Front row, number 1 will have the number 5 of Ted Burns lining up alongside of Andrew Berry. Row 2, Frank Wynn and Everett Paddock. No surprise there that we're seeing some big hitters here at the front of the field. Andrew Berry has led a ton of laps this week and probably the car to beat here, James.
Yeah, Andrew's always kind of the car to beat when we go to any sort of oval in this car. So honestly, it's surprising to not see him up at the front. Old Teddy's got a hot rod again.
Yeah, once again. Row number 3 will have Russ Addy and Jason Owens. I would imagine Jason a little bit disappointed there with the qualifying effort, coming home 6th. Row number 4 will have Richard Holt and David Porcelli, one of your championship leaders. Porcelli's going to have a little bit of ground to make up here, but he's going to have 60 laps to get that accomplished. Row number 5 will have Kylo Ciacelli and Carl Lemkool. Row number 6, the 12 of Kevin Smalley and the 14 of Frankie D. Nagisa Yoshikawa, Graham Sanders going to line up on row number 7. Those guys are not where they want to be to start this race. James Watson, Carson Barrett on row number 8. Dylan Vilashinsky and Adam Crane on the 18th and final row. As the field starts to make their way through turns 1 and 2 here, only one pace lap available for these drivers. Unfortunately, we won't be able to give you any instant replays tonight either, which is, quite frankly, pretty upsetting. But looks like possibly a bit of a software glitch with our timing and scoring system here. So we will keep you abreast of what is going on. Expect a whole lot more kind of field rundowns and that kind of stuff. But still looking forward to this. One of the things the drivers have talked to me about in the pre-race is the fact that conserving tires and maintaining track position is far more important than trying to take a set of tires late in this race. we'll see how that's all going to shake out here as this race gets ready to roll. Field is off of turn number 4. Green flags in the air. We are underway. Big move down to the inside. That may have been Kylo Ciacelli. Great start for Ted Burns. He's going to be your leader into 1. Side-by-side battle for the race lead. First time through 3 and 4. Oh, man. I will take 60 laps like that. Side-by-side at the line. Give it to Andrew Berry. Not by much. In fact, timing and scoring data showing it at practical dead heat. Berry swings up a little bit to the outside. Good battle back there for the 4th position as well. That's Jason Owens, Frank Witt, David Porcelli's going to be there as well. Porcelli already up a couple of spots, as is Jason Owens. Here's Frank Witt, Jason Owens, David Porcelli continuing this battle through 3 and 4. Already 4 laps up on the scoreboard. It's going to be Andrew Berry at the head of the field. He's up by 0.4 of a second over Ted Burns. Getting dangerously close to pulling out of draft range, which really could have a big impact on how this race plays out. But this good battle, a little bit deeper in the field here. This is going to be Owens and Porcelli. Owens with, I think it's 1 fewer start than Andrew Berry this week. And that basically locks up the Oval Series, the kind of 3-race mini-series here within the Indy Pro 2000 Championship. Basically locks that one up for Andrew Berry. Owens still up on the high side of the racetrack. Porcelli trying to work down to the inside. Carl Lemkool and Russ Addy are both going to be there. Owens able to clear. Here comes Lemkool around the outside of Porcelli through 1 and 2. Nice move there by Carl Lemkool. Front of the field starting to settle down just a little bit here. In fact, everybody has single filed out. James, taking a look back towards where you are, a little bit deeper in the field here. Well, we say that, and Jason Owens can end up battling with Carl Lemkool here, but I'll tell you what, James, very clean early start to this race. Based on the fact that we've seen 3 or 4 cautions a race here all over the course of the week, maybe this is going to be the outlier that goes for a long green flag run.
Well, we do have the best of the series racing in this, so the talent level we have, of course, it's going to be a little cleaner racing, and more people are going to be able to run side by side with minimal issue.
Porcelli trying to find a way around Carl Lemkool, but it is just not happening right now. Back Porcelli going to be under attack here. He's going to have, Porcelli going to have to deal with Russ Addy just back behind him. Addy in those same team colors to Everett Paddock, currently running in the 2nd position. Everett doing exactly what he needs to do if he wants to win a championship. And this is where this becomes a very big deal. This is a huge point swing for Everett Paddock versus David Porcelli. Strength of field is only 31-38. Typically, that is very strong for an iRacing race, but we've seen a couple this season over 4,000. that shrinks the available number of points on offer slightly.
It's still incredible when you look at the context of the race. Like, there's not a whole lot of oval people that run ovals normally. So we've kind of been accustomed to seeing like the SOF for the strength of field race on oval. Oh wow, big wiggle from. Oh, Graham's got an issue. Graham's got a serious issue. Oh, big wiggle. Whew, that's.
Oh yeah, he is fighting his way through the back of the pack here. Slide back here and pick up this one. Kevin Smalley, one of the regulars of the TNT Shock Series, just ahead of James Watson. Man, this is not the night. Oh, slides it right up in front of Watson at the exit of one. Just at the head of this group is Frankie D in the 14, making life absolutely terrible on Nagisa Yoshikawa and Kevin Smalley just back behind him. Yoshikawa going to be able to have the look down to the inside. This pack fighting like absolute dogs through the back of the field. Tell you what, Frankie doing a nice job, able to hold everybody off so far as we work lap number 16. Still Andrew Berry, Everett Paddock, Ted Burns, Frank Wynn, Jason Owens, the top 5. 6 through 10, Carl Lemkool, David Porcelli, Kylo Ciacelli, Russ Addy, and Richard Holt. Then you get back about 2 1/3 seconds to this group. Frankie D, Nagisa Yoshikawa, Graham Sanders, Adam Crane, Kevin Smalley, Carson Barrett, James Watson, and Dylan Vilashinsky. These guys they're going to wreck. It's just a matter of when it's going to happen. I'll tell you what, though, we got to get back up to the head of the field here because the battle for the race lead is starting to intensify. Everett Paddock is right back underneath the diffuser of Andrew Berry through 1 and 2. Jason Owens has fallen back to the 7th position now. Slide back here. There may be an issue with Owens' number 6 machine here tonight. He is up on the high side of the racetrack. David Porcelli able to clear him to the inside. Kylo Ciacelli is going to be there as well. Kylo maybe not able to get down to the inside. In fact, he's going to give Owens a little bit of drafting help down the front straightaway.
Major contact with Frankie D and Kevin Smalley. Frankie's out of the race and Kevin's got damage.
Yeah, seeing Frankie already sitting on pit lane. I would imagine Smalley going to be heading there shortly as well, but man, this battle is good. Oh, Porcelli slides up the racetrack. Exiting turn number 1, almost makes contact with Kylo Ciacelli. Trying to tuck in under Jason Owens. He's going to make the dive into 3. Owens is going to have to rely on the momentum off of turn number 4, but Porcelli going to stay right there. Kylo Ciacelli fills the hole in. Thank you very much. I will take the spot. Oh, Porcelli slides up. Contact! Ciacelli hard into the wall. Big contact for Kylo Ciacelli. Caution is out. Caution number 1 here at lap number 21 for Kylo Ciacelli, hard into the outside wall after contact with David Porcelli. We'll see if Porcelli is going to have to come down pit lane. I think the car looks okay, at least from what we're seeing here, but man alive, an absolutely intense 21 laps to start this race. Gives everybody a little bit of a chance to breathe here at this point. Let's see if we can't sneak a word in here. Oh, I'll tell you what, Jason Owens, hold up. Jason Owens is going to be coming down pit road. Interesting call here at the just a little bit before the halfway point. Still 38 laps to go in this one. Once we see that Jason is into his pit box, or at least on his way out of his box, we'll try to bring him in for an interview here. Because everything we have is basically that track position is so much more important than fresh tires on late cautions. I guess the thought process here, James, maybe is that this isn't a late caution. It's actually a pretty good spot maybe to put tires on and be able to try and work your way through the field.
Yeah, but track conditions aren't that bad. You're not really, even with how hard I was driving, I wasn't having too much, I wasn't having to wheel it too hard. That's the thing. Like, the slot we ran last night at, like, full high usage and 80, that was gnarly, but, yeah, we're not going to need tires this time.
Yeah, well, let's bring Jason Owens up here into the booth with us. And Jason, kind of interesting. You're the only guy who came down pit road. What are you thinking here?
I'm thinking it was low track usage, a lot of dicing going on. My right front was 81% and my right rear was 89%. So this may have been a bad call, but it wasn't a terrible call.
Yeah, a lot of cars that you have more outright pace then is kind of what you're thinking. Get yourself up towards the front and then just wait for everybody else to use up their stuff, I guess.
Yeah, and I mean, here's what I'm thinking. It's early enough. We're going to have 35 laps when we go green. I guarantee you I mean, you guys were watching it. It was spicy as up there. And there's going to be more caution, so I think I'll be able to get a couple before each caution. Hopefully I can follow James to the front here, and we can go have a little fun.
All right, buddy. Good luck the rest of the way. Thank you very much for checking in with us here. And well, James, there you go. You got to pull JO6, JO5. You're going to be pulling Jason Owens around the racetrack here. What are you thinking there?
Give it a shot. There's a lot of speed in this car. This is what sucks, is that it's just so hard to pass. But this is the fastest car I've ever had for an SOF race. Because the fact that I can't qualify worth a damn, I just can't really show it. Just need to catch some brakes, get some track position, and they can make some noise. But I don't know. I'm going to need a lot of luck to get there.
35 laps will be remaining in this one when we go back to green, this time by off of turn number 4. Andrew Berry, Everett Paddock, Ted Burns, Carl Lemkuhl, Frank Wynn, the top 5. David Porcelli, Russ Addy, Richard Holt, Adam Crane, Nagisa Yoshikawa, the top 10. See what they can do off of turn number 4. Green flag will go back in the air. And we are underway once again here at Phoenix. Andrew Berry holds on to the race lead. Kylo Ciacelli is out of the race along with Frankie D. Right now, it kind of seems like everybody playing at least a little bit nicely here. Biggest battle is going to be here towards the back. Adam Crane down on the inside. Richard Holt up on the outside. Nagisa Yoshikawa, Graham Sanders are right there. Carson Barrett, James Watson, Jason Owens all in this dogfight. One of the things I absolutely love about Phoenix, you have 2 lanes to work with. Ever so slight advantage to the inside lane, though, which you can see there is Adam Crane able to hold on to that spot. Richard Holt going to fall back just a little bit. He's battling with Graham Sanders. Yoshikawa down to the inside of Sanders. Oh, they almost made contact there through 3 and 4. This all going on just ahead of James Watson.
Yeah, I'm getting a whole great look at this.
Andrew Berry able to open up the gap a little bit here over Everett Paddock. We're going to stay right here with this battle because, quite frankly, it is absolutely spectacular what these guys are doing here around Phoenix. But oh, contact!
Failed.
Watson hard into the outside wall. Big
fails.
Contact for James Watson. That was huge. Not sure who the contact was with there, James, but
Never fail. Richard just pushed up.
tough break there, James. That's not the way you wanted the evening to end. Let's say it that way.
Never fails, man. I always get taken out by someone in the mid-pack. It's just ridiculous. I guess it's on me for not qualifying well, but every time someone driving over their head just cleans me out.
Now down to 26 laps to go here. Going to be 24, 23 to go when we go back to green flag racing. It's going to be interesting to see if anybody decides to come down pit road. Looks like Kevin Smalley, the only one heading down pit lane. Andrew Berry has led all 34 laps here. A couple of big chargers. Carl Lemkuhl up 7 to run in the 3rd position. Adam Crane up 9. He runs in the 9th position. Lights still on the iRacing safety car. Let's see if we can't sneak a quick word in here with our race leader, Andrew Berry. And Andrew, I'll tell you what, bud, you led every lap so far, knocking on wood here. Don't want to screw anything up for you, but the car's been a hot rod. I think the number is 4 for 4 already this week. You got to be feeling pretty good up there.
Yeah, it's I like this track. I have a good setup. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun for sure.
What are your thoughts here as we kind of get ready to roll the rest of this thing? Kind of keep it out front and wait for the inevitable attacks to come a little bit later on?
Yeah, that's the plan. I've been pretty good on tire wear all week, so at least seems like I've been better than most people around me. So I feel like if I can hold it out front, I'm probably in a good position. I would be much more concerned if I was maybe a couple cars back, because I don't know how I would do with traffic. But I very much have a setup that's probably more suited to lead than it is to follow. So it'll definitely be interesting.
All right, bud. Good luck the rest of the way here. We appreciate you checking in with us.
All right.
There you go. There's Andrew Barry making the way through 3 and 4. Green flag goes back in the air. We are underway once again here at Phoenix. See who it's going to be. The conclusion of 23 more laps to go. Berry holds on to the race lead. Paddock, Lempool, Burns wins. Still the top 5. Seems like everybody stays settled in here. Battle heating up for the second position here. Everett Paddock going to have to try to fend off Carl Lempool.
Yeah, Lord knows Everett and Carl are enjoying being where they're at, looking at their mirrors and seeing the mass chaos behind them.
Yeah, that's kind of putting it mildly here. Oh man, big swings here out the back of the field. Good Lord. Russ Addy down on the bottom of the racetrack. That's going to be Adam Crane looking to his inside. Nagisa Yoshikawa in that pack as well. Just ahead, it's Graham Sanders and David Porcelli. Oh, man. 3 wide back behind them. Oh, how about 4 wide? Jason Owens, big dive into turn 1. There's contact. Owens and Crane make contact. They're up into the outside retaining wall. We'll see if that's going to bring out a caution flag. As of yet, no caution. Owens and Crane both back to pit lane. No caution on the racetrack. That's crazy. You can still see the smoke from where these guys were battling. Porcelli and Sanders still going at it. Berry holding on to the 1/4 of a second lead over Everett Paddock. Going to be 13 laps to go this time by. Not an ideal solution here, but we do have something in the way of timing and scoring graphics we can give you now. This is the best battle on the racetrack, still side by side. Oh, Sanders almost got it up into the safer barrier off of 4. Continuing to follow this battle. This is absolutely fantastic racing going on here. Between Graham Sanders and David Porcelli, they are going to be in a big old dog pile here. Oh, man, almost making contact at the entry to 3. Porcelli, big dive back down to the inside. Only 7 laps to go. Porcelli has got to hope there's a caution here in the next lap or two as Sanders crosses back under down the front straightaway. Oh, man, pushing each other up way out towards the outside wall. Battle starting to heat up here for the race lead as well. Let's pick up Andrew Berry. The gap was being measured in multiple tenths. Now we're down to car lengths.
Man, I don't think Everett can get there. That's a pretty decent gap, and man, you're going to need the perfect set of circumstances to get past Andrew.
Yeah, that's probably one of the biggest things is Andrew Berry has been so darn good that I don't know how you even try to get past him. White flag is out, 1 lap to go for Andrew Berry. A caution, well, a caution wouldn't fly at this point, and he's going to hold on to a 0.3 of a second lead over Everett Paddock. Field making their way through turns 3 and 4. It'll be twin checkers this time. Cleanly off of 4, Andrew Berry gets win number 5 on the week at Phoenix. No surprises whatsoever that Andrew Berry picks up the win. Fantastic run for Everett Paddock. Carl Lemkool with a great run as well. He gained 7 positions over the course of the race. Man, what a fantastic race we got here. Your race winner going to burn them down, and let's take a look here at your final race results. Andrew Berry gets the win over Everett Paddock, Carl Lemkool, Ted Burns, and Graham Sanders. David Porcelli, Nagisa Yoshikawa, Russ Addy, Frank Wynn, and Carson Barrett complete the top 10. Dylan Vilashinsky, the final car on the lead lap in the 11th position. Everybody else having pretty major issues and just about out of the race. Richard Holt, Kevin Smalley, Adam Crane, Jason Owens, James Watson, Kylo Ciacelli, and Frankie D. Race took, about 40 minutes or so. Only very limited number of cautions. Probably should have had one for the incident with Jason Owens, but we didn't see one there. And let's get our race winner up here, ready to talk to us in the booth. And we will talk to Mr. Andrew Berry. And man, I'll tell you what, Andrew, fantastic drive tonight. I really don't know what else to say other than congratulations. It was an absolutely fantastic drive for you.
Yeah, it was a good race. I pretty much mugged Ted on the start there. I was trying to get him in the first couple of laps because I knew I'm better out front than I am following. So I didn't really expect to pass him in the way I did, but yeah, it was pretty clean sailing from then on out. So yeah, it was pretty super clean.
Are you
at least for me?
Are you a little bit surprised that we didn't see a bigger challenge out of Everett or Carl later in the race? I mean, obviously you had a little bit of pace on them maybe, but it seemed like even with a little bit of drafting help, there was just no getting up under your rear wing.
Yeah, I honestly felt like I had a bit of pace on Everett in the races I'd done with him up to this point so far this week. So honestly, it didn't surprise me too much. I was more worried about Jason because he's been right up there with me. But I guess I think he pitted for tires or something and kind of was far back. But yeah, I was pretty content to have Everett right behind me, and there was a point there where I was backing him up just to make sure that he was wearing his tires more than I was wearing my tires. So I think I had him on my wing long enough that I didn't really expect him to be able to make a challenge at the end. So I think it was a pretty good race, all considered.
Well, I'll tell you what, fantastic drive tonight. Congratulations on, what is it now, win number 5 this week, I think the number is. Pretty impressive. I don't think we're going to see you next week for the Nürburgring. So looking forward to talking to you again here as we get ready to roll in season 4.
Yeah, it'll be a blast. I usually try to run that race, but we'll see if I don't know that I will have the pace to be talking with you after the race.
Yeah, I know I don't. Before we let you go, by the way, here, bud, make sure you get any sponsor plugs and thank yous in before we let you out of here.
Yeah, I just want to thank the broadcast. Thanks to everyone for putting it on. Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, we had a bunch of fun with it. Thank you much for coming to hang out with us here. And let's talk to our runner-up tonight, Mr. Everett Paddock. And I'll tell you what, Everett, I'm a little bit surprised that we didn't see a big run out of you late over those last couple of laps. Was it just an outright pace thing, or what was going on there? Because the car was really quick, just maybe not quick enough.
Yeah, for me it was. I probably overdrove it at the end. I was waiting. They were going to buy my time. I thought, in the long run earlier, I felt like I had something for Andrew, In that second one, I didn't, and I was trying to just not burn up the right front, and I just didn't quite. I couldn't quite get the setup right this week for whatever reason. I mean, I was good, but just not good.
Yeah, there's a difference, I guess, between the good setups and the great setups, and at a place like Phoenix, that really is the difference between winning and being about 0.3 of a second off at the finish.
Yep, 10-4. I mean, I just couldn't quite, the harder and it was also a little bit of drive. It wasn't quite set up to. It was also drive, and I'd get a little excited and I'd start over driving a little bit, and that would slow me down. So anyway, congrats to Andrew. That was a good run.
Yep, and you have a big points battle that you're now in. Well, you were in the thick of it heading into this race, but coming in with a 60-point gap. I haven't seen up 60 points, I should say, heading into this race. David having some issues getting through the field here tonight. Got to be feeling pretty good as we head off to the Nordschleife next week.
Well, with the drop weeks, I think Graham is actually probably the de facto leader. If we looked at true 7 races, he's probably got me by some points. So I'm going to need some help. I love racing the ring. I had a lot of fun there last time, or the Nordschleife. So I'm going to enjoy that. So it'll be fun there to go and try to put together a win and hopefully win the championship.
All right, bud. Well, congratulations on the runner-up finish here tonight. And before we let you go, make sure you get all those sponsor plugs and thank yous in.
Yeah, 10-4. Thanks, guys, tonight for the broadcast. Really appreciate it. Thanks to my teammate Russ. He had a good run tonight. I wish he could have stuck with me and blocked for me a little bit more. That would have been good. But good night for TNT Racing.
All right, bud. Thank you much. We appreciate you checking in with us here. And final podium interview of the night is going to go to our third place finisher, Mr. Carl Lemkool, and a guy we don't get to talk to often enough here on the National Racing Network, but heck of a run, one of the hard chargers of the night. Congratulations. Tell us about things from the seat of your number 16 machine.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Like you said, the number 16 machine, I was honestly a little worried whether I was going to make it into the top split or not, much less even have a podium. So I'm as happy to talk to you guys as you are.
And it seemed like a place that was tough to pass, you were able to work your way through. What was the special sauce there? Was it maybe a little bit more downforce on the car than some of the others were running, or what was kind of the thought process going into the night?
Yeah, I will say I do think a little higher downforce kind of helped. I don't think taking off downforce was really helpful enough to do the passing you needed to do, but more downforce, it seemed like, allowed you to be more confident through the turns, which you just had to have a wheel in to be able to compromise their exit. And then once you've compromised their exit, it doesn't matter what downforce you have. So that was kind of my approach and what I learned from running, admittedly, a lot of races this week. But yeah, the downforce racing special sauce was definitely in full gear tonight. So shout out to them for a great car.
Well, congratulations on the win there, bud. And before we let you go here, make sure you get all those sponsor plugs and thank yous in.
Yeah, of course. Big thanks to you guys. Always fun to watch back the broadcasts, especially in the old days of failing to make top split. It was always fun to have the broadcast pulled up while I was in second split. You guys do a great job. Especially a special thanks and shout out to Ted Burns of Downforce Racing for inviting me on the team and helping me with the setup. He's a mean sim racing coach to have, so definitely a big shout out to him. Also, want to shout out Collegiate iRacing League, running some cool college stuff. So reach out to me if you want to be a part of that. It's a great little community.
All right, bud. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you checking in with us here. And, man, I'll tell you what, James, we're going to come to you guys here, come to you before we wrap things up. But, man alive, that was maybe not exactly what we expected out of Phoenix week, but still got a pretty good show all in all.
Definitely. Ovals in this car never fail to put on a show. And that was high anxiety, high excitement the entire time.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun, and we are going to have a whole lot more stuff coming up for you as well here on the National Racing Network. Keep your eyes out all weekend as the All-Star Circuit of Champions is up here in the Pennsylvania, New Jersey area. Burt Wojcik, Adam Rubright will have a ton of coverage tonight. Justin Peck picking up the win at Bridgeport Motorsports Park. I believe they're at Williams Grove tomorrow night, I think. I could be wrong on that, but keep your eyes out. All sorts of sprint car coverage coming up here on the National Racing Network. Also, fantastic coverage from our NASCAR, IndyCar, Dirt Modified guys. Mark Hackett does a fantastic job covering the world of big block racing. Make sure you keep an eye on that one if you're a fan of the dirt stuff. But with that, time for us to get the heck on out of here. For Mr. James Watson and everybody here at the National Racing Network that makes these broadcasts happen, my name is Chris Graham. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We will talk to you all soon. Have a good night, everybody.